Dave Ward and Friends is proud to be supported by Sonic Automotive. My family has driven a Sonic Automotive car for 12 years, and I know they're the best in the business. Whether it's purchasing a new or pre-owned car or servicing your current vehicle, let Sonic Automotive be your trusted car guys. Start looking for your new car at soniccars.com. Well, Houston, we've been through a lot together. We started in radio 60 years ago. It was such a great gig, my father cautioned me against going into this thing called television, but we did it, and we had a pretty good run. We even went from black and white to color TV, then to high definition. I keep hearing about streaming and digital, and, well, it's a chance to reconnect with my friends and viewers and share stories from our times together throughout these last 6 decades. What do you say, Houston? Let's do this. Hello, friends. I'm Dave Ward, and welcome to Dave Ward and Friends. This is a series of casual conversations with people I have met and friends I have made in my 60-year radio and television news broadcasting career in Houston. And today, I am just thrilled to have with me here Rudy Tomjanovich, Rudy T, the first a player, then a coach on the Houston Rockets. Well, Rudy, how are you, my friend? It's good to see you.
Good to be with you, Dave.
We haven't talked in quite a while. You were first a player, then the coach of the Houston Rockets. And I got to tell you, we got some of your friends here.
I see some names here, and I am very impressed.
Speak up, guys. Tell them who you are.
Mario Elie, what's up, big dog? Congratulations.
All right, Junkyard.
Very excited for you, big man. Can't wait for next month. I'll be there.
On here.
Oh, all right.
All right, Coach. How are you, Coach?
Dream. Dream. Good to see you.
Hey,
The
Coach, what's up?
captain.
It's Vernon Maxwell, Coach.
That's
What's up?
Vern. Vern looking all studious.
Yeah, Rudy, you'll notice that all of us are wearing glasses now because we're all getting old. But man, I think we can still get out on the court and have some,
That's
have
right,
some good
all
times.
you guys. Oh, that's great.
Those
Thank
of
you
that
guys
may not-
so much. It's
may
good
not
to see you.
recognize some of these guys. We've got Hakeem Olajuwon. We've got Vernon Maxwell. We've got Clyde Drexler, Mario Elie, and Matt Bullard. These are some winners there, Rudy, don't you think?
Absolutely. You know, I was blessed to be around these guys, and you know, they not only made me proud, they made our whole city proud, and they did it the right way. They did it together.
Yes, they did. What do you guys think of Rudy as a coach?
Well, I think
Well,
Rudy's an
start-
excellent coach. He gets the best out of his players. He allows you to be yourself. Vernon said it best on the video. Rudy lets you be you, man. You don't change no personality. Rudy wants the intensity out there. He lets guys be themselves. And it resulted in back-to-back championships, Dave, in this great city of Houston. I want to thank Rudy for that. Go ahead, fellas.
Thank you. Yep.
Well, Rudy obviously is a player's coach. He played the game. He knew what we were going through. You always got the feeling that you had his support, and he would do whatever he could to help the team. And that's all, as a player, that's all you can ask for. A guy who's knowledgeable, who supports you, and puts you in a position to succeed. That was Rudy T. And every now and then on the bus, we'd have a few good laughs.
Yeah. Well, with me, Vernon, I know I gave him some damn hard times and some headaches and all. He probably was tired of me, but I tell you, I mean, he was the best coach I ever had. It was a pleasure of mine just to play for you, Coach. I mean, I love you so much. I mean, you let me go out and play the way I only knew how to play, and and that's when I felt like I became the player that I was. And I appreciate you for that, Coach. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, I feel like when Rudy was coaching us, it was like we were all growing up together. You know, Rudy was ahead of us in his maturation process, but I think he helped us all grow up together, and it was more like a friendship rather than a coach-player type relationship. That we were all working together, we were all pulling together. Everybody had a voice. Rudy was making the final decisions, but I think what I've learned from Rudy throughout the years is that's the proper way to lead a group of men. Lead a group of guys is to get everybody involved.
That is true. Just like everybody said, with coach, make everybody feel comfortable to be themselves. It's like one big family. We all trying to win, and we do it together. And that was a great experience, for me, and I'm sure for everybody else. We had a great time. And if you play for a coach that allows the players to be themselves and at the same time have respect of each other to get the job done. That is his tactics, and it really worked.
Love it.
Well, thank you, guys. Thank you very much. That really sums it up. Number one, you have to understand, when I saw you guys, or I considered you as a basketball player, every one of you, I looked at the positives that you could bring to what we had. I remember we're out in Charlotte after a game, and Clyde was hurt out in Portland, and Mario got the assignment, and he went out there and whooped the other guy's 2-guard and won the game. And he was coming off the bench. I said, I'd love to have a guy like that. And I was blessed. The next year he was available for a 2nd-round pick. And
second round, coach? You got me for a second rounder?
Come on, we're taking that.
Oh, yo. Hey,
I don't know what the deal was.
Second rounder? Come on,
I don't know what the deal was, but I was happy to have him. Clyde, of course, when you win a championship, you don't want to break up that group, but something was missing. We needed some more firepower. And when Clyde was available, couldn't believe it. Just couldn't believe that we could get him. And he made the big difference. He put that spark back in the team, and he carried us while Dream was hurt and Max was hurt. Couldn't have done it without you. And really, I don't think I'm up for this award if we don't win too, and the way we did it, we didn't have the home court advantage in any of those series, and we beat some really good teams. And Max, you got to know, I love you, man. I love when you were growling, and you used to drive Michael crazy. You were our fire plug. When we went there after we lost those 2 games, and you had that game in Phoenix, man, that was beautiful. And Bull, you got to have shooters. You always got to have those shooters.
Yeah.
And Dream, what can I say? How many guys get a job and they have a human being like Dream on your team, and how good he was. And he always came through when it was crunch time, but also when the team was sort of scattered and all that, Dream would come up with the leadership that said, we're going in this direction, man. I was blessed to have these guys.
Rudy, let me ask you a question. You were first a player, first-round draft pick. You played for the Rockets, and then you became the coach. When you were a player, that's where Rudy T came from. Can you explain that to us?
They couldn't fit it on the back of the jersey.
Your whole last name, so you became Rudy T.
Yeah, and people used to butcher that name so bad. In fact, some people thought I was a twin. They thought Rudy was a guy and Tom was the other guy, and Tomjanovich was our last name.
I had a similar experience with when I was on the Houston Oilers radio crew. Their lineman, Elvin Bethea. In other stadiums around the United States, they would call him Bethia or Bethia. Very few got it right, Elvin Bethea. But Rudy Tomjanovich, everybody in Houston knows. And after you became the coach, and then you guys started winning.
At the first championship.
The first championship for Houston.
Well, I was a Houstonian too. And you know what was like a fairy tale for us is that we had Dream, who had had lived in and played in Houston. And then when we got Clyde, it was like, this stuff doesn't happen. You don't get those guys together. It don't happen in the real world. And it was like a dream come true. And, sometimes I just pinch myself and say, how the heck did this happen? But it came from good people. And I'm so proud of these guys, not only as players, but as people. And I'm the lucky one. I'm really the lucky one.
Well, tell me, what did you like about Houston? What made Houston such a great place to play and coach?
Well, to be honest with you, I was from the North and I was suspicious of the South. I didn't know what it was going to be like. We didn't say y'all. We said yous guys and stuff like that. And as soon as I got into Houston, first place I moved was down in Westbury. We had some neighbors that welcomed us there. And then just everybody, there's something about Texas, and particularly Houston, that people are warm. They want to show you their love. And I've been blessed. I moved back, but I moved back to Austin, and it's the same way there.
Well, what other Houston athletes did you get to know as a player and the coach here?
Well, I knew the football players, not close, because we were, I've always been sort of a workaholic and spent time when I was playing, always trying to find it. What was crazy, we didn't have facilities back then. We had to go anywhere we could find an open gym. And I used to sneak over to Rice and shoot baskets there. And the custodian would always chase me off the court and said, you got to have the right Rice t-shirt and all that stuff. We had a hard time finding places to practice.
Rudy, I remember when I came to the Rockets and we would practice in the summer times. We'd go to the high school over there.
St. Thomas.
And then Springwoods?
Yeah, St. Thomas. Yep, St. Thomas.
St.
We'd be working out there,
yeah.
and then we'd have practices at HBU, and we'd play pickup games at Rice. And you're right, we would lift weights at Gold's Gym on Richmond. That was our weight room. Can you imagine the Rockets today going to Gold's Gym and working out with the public? And so it really was, a thing where all of us were just working together. We were all friends. And we were just, wherever we could find a gym to work out in, we would be there. And, just great memories thinking back on those times.
Yeah, I had an appearance at Sharpstown Mall. We had just gotten into town and they had a sign back behind us, Houston Rockets. Nobody came by. Nobody knew who we were. They didn't ask for autographs. Finally, when it was about time to leave, some old lady says, oh my God, I love you guys. Can I get a picture with you? I can't believe I can get a picture with you. So it was me and another big guy, and she stood in the middle. And she said, how the heck do you guys fit in those spaceships? She thought we were with NASA. She thought we were astronauts. I said, no, we're with the basketball team. She said, oh, okay, well, that's okay.
Well, tell me, Rudy, and I know the other guys are going to want to comment about this. You're going into the Hall of Fame in May. Does that surprise you?
Yeah, I had a lot of dreams as a young player, and my dreams were to be make it to the NBA. You know, first of all, my first dream was just to get a free college because I couldn't afford, I was from a very poor family, to get a scholarship and then hopefully make it to the NBA. And then once I made it to the NBA, I wanted to be the best I could. You know, I wanted to win a championship, maybe make an all-star team. Those things happened. Didn't get the championship as a player. We went to the championship my last year, but lost to Boston. And you know, the other thing was the Olympics. Back in '68, the only real, you know, they took a lot of different guys. They didn't take, back in those days, it was Calvin, Maravich, and Mount were the three big guys. None of those guys made the Olympic team. Spencer was the only one. I wasn't even invited. And that was sort of a hurt, you know, that at least let us try out. But then after doing well in Houston, they asked me to do the Olympics, and that was amazing. Just amazing to represent the United States with our great players and win the gold medal, because it wasn't just, hey, you just check in and you get the medal. Those teams are tough over there.
Yes, but
Hey,
your
Dave,
team,
I'd like
your
to say
team won
something.
it.
Dave, I'd like to say something.
Sure.
I grew up in the city of Houston watching Rudy T, Elvin, and Calvin grow up. And let me tell you something, Rudy T had the best bank shot outside of Sam Jones and Pete Maravich, right? So he was a 6-time All-Star. He should have made the Hall of Fame as a player. But as a player and a coach is how it should go down. But we're just happy he made it. Finally.
So much.
That's great.
Oh, boy.
Well,
I'm
guys,
just very excited that Rudy's joining Clyde, Elvin, all these great Houston athletes, Dream. I mean, Rockets got a great history of just players going in the Hall of Fame. So just to be playing with two of the greatest of all time in Clyde and Dream, that was just a dream come true. Them guys both made me better. But you, Coach, you were the architect. This is going to be my first Hall of Fame event. I will be there next month. I'm so excited to represent you and your family. Can't wait to see all the legends. I'm sure these two going to be up there because they got their jerseys hung up there. So I'm just really excited for the event, man. Just seeing all the great Hall of Famers. I'm a basketball historian, followed your career. Of course, I know about Dream and Clyde. They talking about the Gonzaga. They talking about Gonzaga and UCLA was the best college game. The best college game I seen was U of H in Louisville. That was just an NBA college game. I mean, maybe 50 dunks. Here's Dream. Here's Clyde. Here's Lancaster. Here's the McRae brother. That's the greatest college game, hands down. I don't care, Final Four, finals. Boy, I can watch that game all the time. Just so many NBA players on that court. And Rudy, you going in with these two great players, part of Houston history. That's outstanding, man. Very proud of you, bro.
I've got to ask you guys, Rudy, what was it like to be on the charter flights with all these guys? Any stories?
Hey, unlike today, everybody was on time.
Yeah, exactly. Hello, Clyde.
Especially Clyde. Been on time.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! He's not talking. Oh no!
Well, coach, you know, it cannot happen to anybody better. You know, I think you've impacted so many lives, and all the players that played for you are consistently saying the same thing. How we appreciate you as a coach, as a leader. I think we are very grateful that we have this opportunity to honor you. You know, it's my honor to be part of this group of people that brought championship to the city, and we did it the right way. And you were the leader, and we believe in you, and how you handle every situation as a coach. I mean, you make us feel we're all part of this decision every time, and that's what makes it so special. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, guys. Dave, I want to thank you for making this happen. I did not expect this. I cannot tell you this is as good as going into the Hall of Fame. I'm telling you, this makes me feel so good. And You know, I'm such a lucky person. At times, you know how we all are, we look at it the wrong way, but what a fortunate person I've been to have guys like this around me.
At Sonic Automotive, we went from happy guests to happy owners. I felt right at home during the whole process. If my home only had a bigger garage for all those cars. Sonic Automotive has 13 stores in the Houston area, providing you 10 vehicle brands for new sales and services. Visit soniccars.com to find your new car. Dave Ward and Friends is proud to be supported by Sonic Automotive. Let Sonic Automotive be your trusted car guys. Visit soniccars.com to find the location near you.
Back on those charter flights, who was the best dressed among the players? Were you the best dressed, or did somebody else show up in sharper outfits?
It certainly wasn't me, that's for sure.
Well, Dave, I think some of the things that some of the things that we did on the charter flights probably need to be better left unsaid. But
Yes.
I would say, back earlier before the charter flights, we were all still flying on commercial flights. Remember when we'd have to get up early in the morning and catch the first flight out, and I would say that Dream for sure was the best dressed guy. He'd be super sharp
by far.
For sure.
I think when they change the rules, everybody just want to get comfortable. You wear whatever, just wear whatever is comfortable to make the flight. I think, because it was more like a private where you feel comfortable. So the dress code becomes so lax that everybody just wear what's comfortable.
But I remember back when we were flying commercial flights, it would always be somebody's job to wake Rudy up when we landed at the next city. Rudy would be sound asleep, and Rudy, we're here, time to get up.
That's right.
Any other kind of stories you guys want to share?
I just want to wish him congratulations on the job well done.
That's right.
Well deserved. Very excited. Very excited for you, Rudy.
Thank you.
Long overdue.
We all are.
Long overdue.
Yes, exactly.
I think for me, we all enjoy as players. We enjoyed playing for Rudy as the coach, but I think I just enjoyed being friends with Rudy most of all. The time that we spent off the floor, the time that we spent hanging out together, having dinner, or going out for a drink, or whatever we were doing. Those were the best of times for me. Just building the friendships that we built, and all of us here are bonded like brothers because of all the fires that we've gone through and everything that we've experienced together. And Rudy really made the entire atmosphere around our team accepting of everybody, all of our warts, but also, amplifying what our strengths were and all of that. And so I think, for me, just learning how to live a good life is, following Rudy's example is what's most important.
That's great.
Yeah, I mean, for me, when you look at Coach's track record, being a player, for the Houston Rockets and coaching the same team to the championship with the city, and also the Olympics, and this is just the crown to capture the whole career. I think it's well deserved. Congratulations, Coach. This is fantastic.
Thank you so much, guys. I still love the game. Believe it or not, I was in retirement for about 1.5 years, and I took a job sort of being a consultant with Minnesota, and I still love it. I still love it. I'm still looking for ways to help people win, and it's my life, and it's been a good life.
Fantastic.
Not bad for a guy from Hamtramck.
That's right.
Hamtramck.
Well, there's nobody with better experiences or better basketball knowledge than Rudy T. So, it's just, I'm glad that Gerson Rosas, brought you on there in Minnesota because, just a wealth of knowledge and experience and information that you bring is very valuable still to the NBA. And I think all of us love calling you up and asking you questions, getting information and answers, and still being able to do that to this day is very valuable.
Listen, Rudy, I have to ask, with the documentary The Last Dance out last year, that brought to light again the Michael Jordan Chicago Bulls dynasty. And there are some who say that the championship teams in 94 and 95 would not have made it if it hadn't been for the brief retirement of Michael Jordan. Is there anything true to that?
Well, I'll take it from Michael's mouth. When Charles was with the team, the first time we went to Phoenix, he invited us, the coaching staff, over his house, and he had two surprise guests. One was Michael Jordan, the other was Tiger Woods. And they were there at that dinner. And we had a great, after all the bull crap was said, we got to really talking basketball. And Michael said, we were the team they feared. They did not have an answer for Dream. They did not have an answer for Dream. And he knew we matched up. I knew Tex Winter's offense. That doesn't mean you can stop it, but we weren't going to get suckered on any plays because that's what that thing's built for. We were prepared. And he said he doesn't know what would have happened, but we had the best chance to beat them.
And let's just say that the record, the Houston Rockets record in the 5 years previous to the 94 championship, we were 9-1 against the Chicago Bulls. So the record speaks for itself.
And let me say something else. The Orlando Magic beat the Bulls and we swept the Magic.
That's right.
Preach it, Clyde. Preach it, Clyde.
Well, what I would say to that
That's
is,
right.
what I would say to that is, we won from a 6th seed. You know, that's historic.
That's
I mean,
unbelievable.
Yeah.
so you
Not
can't-
that Dream. We had the hardest road out of any NBA championship team in
Ever.
history.
Yeah.
exactly.
72% difficulty, like you mentioned. No home court. I mean, you're playing against Hall of Famers, top 50 guys. But I just wanted to mention to Rudy. I know you with Minnesota, Rudy. They're the worst record in the league. You got your work cut out for you, buddy.
I do.
You got your work cut out for you up there. You and my man Stone for the Rockets. Y'all fighting for that #1 pick, boy.
That's right.
You got your work cut out, big dog.
Yes,
Good luck
he
with
does.
that.
I've been
But
scouting.
good
That's
first
right.
round pick with Anthony Edwards, though. That was a good pick there.
Yeah.
Well,
They
the good
still the
thing
worst
is-
record in the league, Bull. So he ain't make no impact, buddy.
Yeah,
Sorry
the good
about that. He
thing
gonna be
is
good
They're
later.
so bad, they can only go up.
That is true. I want to ask Dream if he would share a private moment, a private thought with us, because in my mind, I have a visual of when we were in San Antonio, and I watched the commissioner hand the most valuable player award to David Robinson, and in my mind, I said, I wonder what Dream's thinking right now.
We know.
How did you, what were your thoughts at that time?
Coach, you know, the same story I kept telling everybody, because that year, as you know, we have the worst record, 42 games. So there's no chance to win MVP for that year for me.
That
You
is
know?
true. I never even thought about that.
Yeah. There's no, I mean, David, well deserved. He was the MVP for real.
Yeah.
I don't think you need a motivation. We were in Western Conference Finals. You don't need any more motivation than that.
Yeah, exactly.
We were in the finals, you know, and you know, David, that's my toughest competition. So you have to play your best, you know, not to disappoint the guys, you and the team. So I was just playing, doing whatever it takes for us to win.
Rudy,
It wasn't MVP.
Even when it takes putting on a clinic.
That was it. But whatever you were thinking, I'm glad you were thinking it. 'Cause you got there.
Rudy, I got to.
Drex, did you say something to Dream when they were handing the trophy to him?
Well, I know Hakeem is very proud, but he's so humble, right? So I said, Hakeem, that should have been your trophy, because think about it. You had a better year this year than you did last year, and you won MVP last season and the NBA championships, right? So this could have been your trophy, and I stomped off like I was mad, right? And he grabbed me by the elbow and he says, Drex, do not worry. We will win the big trophy. Right away, I relaxed. I think you remember that.
No, it was great experience playing for coach, you know, playing with you guys. I mean, when you look back now, how difficult it is to win championship. I mean, we did it. You know,
and it's so hard. You see these good teams, and you know, you got to make plays. You got to do it together. You got to weather the storm. And that's why I'm so every year I get more and more pumped up when I see all these teams fall by the wayside, and you know, we made it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Coach, let me ask you a question about today's game. What do you think of guys just teaming up together all the time? Guys just want to stack teams together. To me, it just takes away the competition a little bit around the balance of the league, was how I feel.
Yeah, it bothers me. But when I look at the individual, you know, when LeBron did it the first time, I thought it was great. He could have gone for bigger money, but he went for a setting where he could win with a friend of his. And even the small thing like having it at the boys club and raising, I think it was $1.3 million or something for the boys club. At that time, I had a charity. You could not get people to raise any money. So he did it for a good cause. He had that little show there, but he went for the basketball part. It wasn't for the money. I was proud of that. And but now when everybody's doing it, I thought that Aldridge went to Miami. I didn't realize he went there too. They got like a whole new team. They imported a whole new team. I just think it's gone too far.
Yeah, I think so too.
I agree too.
The one thing I wish that they would have had when we played that they have today that really impacted the game was load management.
No.
But back then, Drex, we took pride in playing every game.
Oh, absolutely.
That was the thing about the old school baller, boy.
Yeah.
Playing 82 games, I thought was a big thing. You know, I know it's different now, the load management, but back then, we had pride. We wanted to play every night.
Hey, Mario, can you imagine athlete Hakeem saying, well, we got back-to-backs, Rudy.
Hey,
what
I'm
game
good.
you want me for?
Well, believe it or not, before you guys played, we used to play the whole game sometime. In fact, I was so spoiled. I was mad whenever the coach took me out, and I would get mad at the guy coming in for me, and he was talking about bet me. I would have had a hard time coaching me.
Well, Rudy, let me throw one thing in here. You were a 5-time NBA All-Star. You were the 4th leading scorer in Rockets history behind James Harden, Calvin Murphy, and Hakeem Olajuwon.
Why weren't you the top scorer? The reason for the 4th is because I played with Calvin. He took all the shots.
We know that's true too. Calvin's still talking about it to this day. How he'd get up 10 shots in a minute.
Hey, I ruined 9 years. Yeah, I ruined 9 years with Calvin. I deserve something for that.
That gets you the Hall of Fame alone, just having to room with Calvin for 9 years.
The first night it was like, the first night it was 3 o'clock in the morning. We had watched all the TV. They had that little Indian that they put on the test pattern at the end of the day, you know, on the TV. He says, hey man, you mind if I play a little music? I said, yeah, that'll be good. You know, I'm from Detroit. I'm thinking it's going to be Smokey Robinson. It's 3 in the morning. The stylistic, something. Murph puts on James Brown. Wow.
Oh, man.
Well, Rudy, I know you see Calvin Murphy on the Rockets broadcast these days, and he wears these outlandish jackets and suits. Some of them, they're just beyond description. Was he always a flashy dresser like that?
Yeah, my rookie year, he came to me, he said, why is everybody making fun of the way I dress? He had collars that were down to his belly button. I says, well, this is when we had to go commercial. We were in the airport. I said, hey, Murph, let's sit down here and see how many collars go all the way down there. And after an hour or so, he said, yeah, I didn't see one like that. But he's his own man, you know. He's the Liberace of ex-players.
Well, you guys are amazing. There's no doubt about that. I can remember in one of those series, 94, 95, the Rockets were down like 3-1 or something like that, the best of 7 series. And one of the guys at Channel 13 on the air said, the Rockets are out of it. If they come back and win this series, I'll shave my head. Well, you guys did, and he did too. And I will never forget what you said, Rudy, in the interview after you won that championship. Never underestimate the heart of a champion. Well, I want to thank all of you guys, because we've had 5 champions in this program today. And this has been a thrill for me beyond words. I can't describe to you how much I really appreciate your time in doing this on my program. Thank you very much. I'm wearing proudly my Houston Rockets jersey, although it doesn't fit very well, but I've got it on and I love it. And I want to thank all of you guys very much.
Dave, I want to thank
making
you.
this possible, Dave. I'm going to let Rudy end it. I just want to thank you guys. Rudy, I'm so proud and happy for you, brother. Me and you going to have a good, nice red vino the night of the 14th to celebrate this. I'm so excited to be there to represent you. Ain't nobody in the world deserving more than you, brother. So happy and proud of you. And appreciate you finding me in Charlotte, brother. I appreciate you getting me out of Portland and give me 2 chips, man. I ain't going to never forget that. And congratulations, man. So proud of you, man.
Thank you, Mario. Yeah, Dave, thank you for making this happen. I'm honored to be on your show, but I never expected you to get these guys together. And you made my day, man. I'm flying right now. I cannot tell you how much I'm flying right now.
Well, thank all of you guys. You got me flying right now, too. I'm telling you, this has been a thrill of a lifetime for me. I want to thank you, and I want to thank you for watching Dave Ward and Friends.
Buckle your seatbelts, friends. You won't believe the VIP perks that Sonic Automotive is offering you. $500 cash toward a new vehicle, $250 cash toward a pre-owned vehicle, 25% off any repair or service, and more. Thank you, Sonic Automotive, for being the official sponsor of the Dave Ward and Friends podcast. To see the VIP perks they're offering my friends, visit soniccars.com.